If you want to have amazing iconic style just as Carrie Bradshaw does, and you want to be known for being that it girl and for setting trends and to have authentic personal style, this is the only one video you will ever need to watch. Just because all the points that I will outline today will change your brain chemistry in a way that is not superficial. So let's muse, let's talk. I need to start us off with the most honesty and integrity that I possibly can, and since we're besties, I have to be truthful to you and honest. Contrary to popular belief, a tube top paired with a midi skirt and a high heel won't make you Carrie Bradshaw, because you are not her, basically. And this might sound more obvious than it actually is, so please let me explain. Why do we love her? Why do we feel so drawn to her style more than any other of the other characters, even though the others were iconic as well? It's the imperfection, it's the undone, it's the effortless je ne sais quoi. And the genius behind her style was Patricia Field. She was a stylist. And I read her book, Head in the City. For every Sex and the City lover, this is a must read, just because it gives you so much insight into the consciousness that created Carrie Bradshaw's image and identity in the style sense. And it's just so interesting because she was actually hired by the producer of the show, by HBO, to style Carrie and the other characters. And she was picked because she had a lot of street credibility when it came to New York, and she embodies the style of New York, which is very, very important because Carrie, as we all know, is an icon in New York and has to embody the spirit of New York. Let me read you some quotes to really draw the picture of her thought process and creative process behind creating Carrie. Darren hired me on the strength of my vision for the characters and the fact that my store and personal history brought a lot of street cred for a show set in New York City. He is very smart and has great instincts, but when he saw the look I put together, the tired white tutu, a body-conscious pink top, and a neutral striped high-heeled sandals, he was incredulous. "I don't get it," he said. "This outfit is original and inherent in the actress," I said. "If this show's a hit, the opening will be memorable and stay fresh." "Who's going to understand this girl in New York in a tutu?" Darren asked. "It isn't a tutu, it's a tulle dress," I said. "It's the princess syndrome." So from this little quote, we already get the genius that was behind Carrie's character. And what do we, as fans of the fashion and the plot line in Sex and the City, adore about Carrie? It's first the imperfection. There wasn't really symmetry or logic behind her looks. It was very mix and matchy and just effortless in that sense, even though the pieces of her outfits were not really comfortable oftentimes. They were not really weather friendly. They were not really comfortable in the feeling they have maybe on the body. She also mentioned in the book that the iconic fur coat that Carrie wore throughout many seasons actually stank. And if you go to thrift stores and you try on fur, you know how they stink. So there was no really the perfect, glamorous, there was no expected logic behind it, behind the looks. Where we get into the second part of this whole genius about her style, it's the unexpected. They mixed different silhouettes. They mixed masculine and feminine. They mixed unexpected. They even mixed in ugly items, which are not really beautiful in an objective way. But the way they threw them together and the way she styled them is just so iconic and makes and really embodies the qualities of Carrie, which are creative, a little bit chaotic, unexpected, not rational, and her playful little girl inside of her, living in New York City, navigating singlehood and relationships in her early and mid 30s. So, all of these variables are represented in her style, which is why we love it so much. And the third part, which is why we love her style, is the individual, the key elements, accessories, and staple pieces that would be consistent in different variations within her outfits. This gives us a sense of getting to know her on a deeper level, understanding her as a person. And for example, the flower brooch. It's one of those staple pieces that she wears in different variations and different outfits, from casual to nighttime. And it provokes thoughts like maybe she got them on different flea markets, maybe she got some of them gifted by her grandma or her mother. It's very personal and individual to her. It's important to understand why we love her style so much, because this is the initial starting point of us wanting to be like her, wanting to emulate her. And this part of emulating her is where we all go wrong, because Carrie's style essence is that it's individual, unexpected, and imperfect, which are all variables that you can all apply to your style and your persona and the person you want to be and who you are, essentially. But there is this plot twist. We cannot just take Carrie's imperfect, Carrie's unexpected, and Carrie's individual, because the end product and the end result will not be us being iconic in our style. It will be us wearing a Carrie costume. And this is why you will never look like her, and trying to emulate her style will not make you look the same way as we perceive Carrie. If you want to play Carrie, if you want to be a copy of her, go for it. Go for the tube top, the midi skirt, and the heel. You're so welcome to do that. I encourage you if that's what you actually want. But I feel like a lot of Sex and the City enthusiasts are enthusiastic and love the show for the style, not because they want to be exactly the same person, because for real, you don't actually like her. You want this aura, this is me in my style, embodying who I actually am in the most individual, authentic way possible. And I think this is where we all strive to go for. And just because Carrie's looks are so outrageous and are so individual, we feel so inspired by them. As an inspiration, she's great. Like I said, if we take out those elements like the unexpected, the imperfect, and apply it to ourselves, our personality, our lifestyle, the city we live in, what we want to embody, what we want our image to radiate, what is inside to the outside, we have to not take things so literally and quick and immediate gratification style. Meaning the flower brooch from Shein or AliExpress won't have the same effect on your outfit as it had on Carrie's outfit, on different levels. On the visual level, just because it looks cheap. On the soul level, because it's not something individual for you, it has no history for you, and most likely not on the authentic personal style level, because it's a literal copy. I tried to copy her style bottom up, but it never worked for me because I never felt really confident in them. I felt like I was wearing a costume and it just didn't work. And inspiration can be, we love her approach. We take the 1, 2, 3 steps, the imperfect, the unexpected, and the individual, and translate that to our personal style. Because everything else, copying a fashion template of her, goes against the whole Carrie Bradshaw fashion philosophy and just defeats the purpose of her and Pat Field's creation. And just because Manolo Blahniks and Fendi baguettes were a staple and symbol of this show, and they still are amazing, don't get me wrong, I would love to have a sequin Fendi bag. One day I will. But this doesn't mean that if you don't have these key pieces which are iconic to this show, it doesn't mean that your personal style lacks there and that there is a lack in your style, in your wardrobe with this certain piece. In fact, it's even more artful and soulful to create your own staple pieces which you are known for. Maybe you can do amazing updos and messy buns look amazing on you, and you have this little silk scarf that you put in there, and maybe you have a collection of those silk scarves and you're known for this. Or maybe you're known for wearing metallic shoes like silver sneakers, strappy golden heels. Maybe you're known for being the one with the faux fur coat or the fur coat or whatever. It's in finding staple pieces for yourself, and maybe even staple brands or certain things in your wardrobe that is just you, that embody you, that you love so much and you enjoy wearing every day or every other day, that it becomes a part of you. This is even more creative and will bring you more joy in the long run. What I want to stress once more is that her style is a sum of her lifestyle, her psyche, the creativity, and awareness of beauty and fashion in New York City in the late 90s and early 2000s. This is a point that we also usually forget. Even though trends are reoccurring and coming back every other trend cycle, this doesn't mean that we have to stay in those decades. We can go back, we can go to the future, we can be here right now. It doesn't really matter. It's about you, what you feel most drawn to, what works with your lifestyle and your brain essentially. And you could copy her style, but never be as iconic as Carrie. Instead, be iconic as you. And sorry, I have written out some notes because I'm new to this. Bear with me. If you want to go into more detail on how you can create your own capsule wardrobe or your personal style and how to embody yourself as a person, as a soul, and as a creative to the outside, let me know. I will definitely share some more tips on that, which are a bit more holistic and not as superficial. And I don't want to attack anyone. In fact, this is also an ode to myself because I've been there and I am a person who is quite easily influenced, especially when it comes to style and aesthetic, just because I take so much inspiration from the outside and I appreciate beauty so much in people and architecture and interior design, whatever. And I find myself oftentimes not really being inspired by the essence of someone, but by the outer appearance or the literal thing or garment that the person wears. So this is also something that I have to reaffirm to myself. And I think it's helpful if we can connect on this topic, if we can analyze maybe what outfits we loved the most, what we loved, really think and journal even about which outfits you loved the most on Carrie and why that is. And maybe you will find a red line in between those different outfits that you really, really loved and enjoyed, that maybe is the direction in which your personal style actually goes. Maybe it was the sheath dress or the form-fitting, form-hugging silhouettes paired with a kitten heel. Or maybe it was the extravagant colors, the color of it all. Maybe it is the innate desire of yours to wear more colors or to wear more print or to mix and match more. Maybe it's this, because I feel like why we admire other people is because we see them embodying certain values and qualities that we have inside of us. That's the first thing. But the second thing is that we are afraid to show. Maybe we are too shy to have a very extravagant outfit with vibrant colors and pattern and texture. Or maybe we are not really confident on heels, but we really love the silhouette that they bring to an outfit or a look and the posture that it gives. And I think that the qualities that we enjoy to see in others, doesn't matter if it's like personality level or an outer appearance level, it's something that we wish we had more of, because we actually deep down unconsciously, subconsciously know that we have this inside of us. So let's be inspired by that instead of the literal outfit. What do you think about that? This was my first musing session with you. I had the best time ever. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's talk about this more in the comments and leave me your thoughts on this, because I'm really, really intrigued and interested in your opinion on this. And I will be happy to talk to you soon again. Love you and bye.